Real quick before we jump into the video, guys, for the rest of this year I'm going to be on a fundraising campaign to raise a minimum of £1,000 for the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital. For more information on the charity and what it does, and for the donation links, please look in the description below. And thank you all for your continued support. Enjoy the show. What's going on, guys? Ribombees teacher now, so we are back with the RBL, week number 4. Your Royal Bournemouth Ribombees are taking on the Huntsville Bulbasaurs and coach Rotten Tomato 005. Sorry I say tomato, I'm British, I can't help it. But Rotten has currently had a rough start to the season. He's currently 0-3, but a pretty horrible schedule for someone that's new to competitive Pokemon, and now he's having to play against me. We are currently sitting at 1-2 after a very dominant win over Huggy Bear in week 3. So pretty good start for us. We do of course have to pick up the 0-2 from our previous coach, but nonetheless, we need this win, basically. Because the long story short, my next 3 matches, especially after this one, are going to be extremely difficult, as I'm facing 2 of the strongest players in the league, and then Rhycoustic, who is in pretty good form right now, so definitely got a tough match, and then we play Rotten again in week 8, so we've got some very fun matchups here. There's some pretty good upgrades to this team that Rotten has made over the holiday break. Dropping Rotom Heat for Torkoal makes a lot of sense. It pairs up brilliantly with its G-Max Venusaur. Definitely makes sense. So he's kind of got a dual weather core, if you like, with the Tyrannodar Stoutland duo. Stoutland not the best. He did also drop Ardeno for Dedenne, which does actually pose some interesting threats, because Dedenne is actually 1 base speed faster than Regigigas. So that could cause a few problems, especially if it comes, because he can just bring speed control, paralyze my Regigigas, and suddenly I'm not doing as much as I would like. Potentially. We shall see. He's got a Tyrannodar, of course, with that sand. He has had a Punch-On to bring some pretty bizarre movesets. However, I believe Rhycoustic has given him some input over the break. So it'll be interesting to see how much input Rhycoustic has had and how much of a difference it makes. Thanks. He's got a Salamence, could be a pretty decent support mon, could be a good offensive sweeper, could be a lot of different things, could be physical, could be special, so I do need to watch out for it. On this team, I would imagine it's probably physical, just because he has things like the Venusaur, the Torkoal, and he seems to like running offensive Gastrodon, so definitely something to bear in mind. It's probably physical, if anything. Gastrodon, of course, is one of his favorite Pokemon on this team. He uses it a lot. He tends to Dynamax it, which I don't personally agree with myself, but that's my personal opinion. I've not seen it do too much. Last time against Rhycoustic, it maxed and then died to a Choice Banded Bulu, so that's something. Aggron's incredibly physically bulky, can be a bit of a pain if it's left unchecked. Believe it also gets body press, which makes this a little bit more scary, because fighting moves can be a problem for my team. Bronzong unfortunately doesn't get Trick Room, from what I understand, so actually not the best option for him, despite having a Torkoal. Stoutland is pretty decent in Sand, but does get shut down by Regigigas if Weezing is paired up next to it. Umbreon, really bulky support Pokemon, can do a lot of different things. Utility-wise, can also run Helping Hand, which could be a bit of a problem, especially things like Helping Hand Max Quake from Venusaur, could definitely cause some damage. If it's allowed to be left unchecked. The Dedenne, as we talked about, is good for speed control. It's actually faster than Regigigas. It doesn't have Fake Out, though. I think it's the only Pika clone that doesn't get Fake Out, so definitely unfortunate. And then Haunter, which I don't really know what Haunter really does, aside from being a ground immunity, which can be kind of nice for his team. He is semi-weak to ground with Tyranitar, Torkoal, Aggron, Bronzong if it's running Heat Proof, and Dedenne all being weak to ground, so having an immunity makes sense. But aside from that, it doesn't really do all that much in VGC. It's very prone to things like Sucker Punch, so it can get blown up relatively easily. So, with that being said, let's talk about our team. First up on the team, much like last week, is indubitably holding a Sugar Berry just like last week, but we're running a bit of an unusual spread this week. So we're running enough speed and a timid nature to outspeed a Venusaur at -1 speed. This means that after a max strike from the next Pokemon and a Sludge Bomb, I should be able to OHKO any form of Venusaur if it maxes. So that gives us a bit of hand, and the rest of investment is into mixed bulk and HP to give me as much chance to live hits as possible. In fact, after a Max Quake, potentially, I can actually easily live a double up from Torkoal plus Venusaur, so that's something to bear in mind. It's definitely decent enough. I could have potentially put more speed on this to outspeed Tyranitar, but I didn't feel the need. The base speeds are basically the same, but Tyranitar gets beaten by a few other things on this team, so I'm less concerned about that. Next, speaking of its moveset, just real quick, we've got Protect, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb. Pretty standard moveset, honestly. Taunt's actually kind of nice because I can actually use it to check the Torkoal, particularly if it's running like a Yarn set or an Iron Defense set. Which is possible because we comfortably outspeed Torkoal regardless. Sludge Bomb is the best stab of choice here. I considered Strange Steam for Salamence, but it's not really worth it. Sludge Bomb hits everything except Aggron and Bronzong, but Aggron doesn't appreciate a Will-O-Wisp, and Bronzong doesn't really take it either if it's running Body Press. Next up is Reggie Thickass, the Regigigas, running Life Orb, standard set, more or less. Giga Impact is standard stab of choice. Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Drain Punch. I considered Darkest Lariat mostly for Bronzong, but honestly it only hits Bronzong. And to be honest, if it's running Heat Proof, which it could potentially run, because I do have a pretty potent fire type in Coalossal, Earthquake gives me a very solid option. Drain Punch is preferred. I did consider Superpower this week, but Drain Punch actually OHKOs Tyranitar if it's not physically bulky, so I don't really need to worry too much about that. But this thing's job is just to hit as hard as possible. We're running Adamant this week, which does cause an issue, particularly with Salamence, as they do normally speed tie, but honestly, even if Salamence outspeeds me, it doesn't actually do that much damage if I max an Ice Punch or max Hailstorm will OHKO any variant of it, including Focus Sash, because the hail will knock it out. Next up is, of course, our Urshifu Rapid Strike, running the Expert Belt, a considered Focus Sash, but not really necessary, because we're not actually planning on maxing this. We are running Max Speed, Max Attack, and Jolly, just to make sure I have enough speed to deal with things like the Venusaur or the Titar. We're running a Bulk Up set this week. Actually, after a Bulk Up, I live pretty much every physical hit that he can throw at me. Drain Punch, Surgeon Strikes, and Ice Punch hits basically everything on this team. He doesn't really have anything that can't handle any of these, the only exception of that being Gastrodon, but Gastrodon is walled by my next pick. Running Jolly Nature, pretty standard. Next up is Ferrothorn, of course, Knuckles holding a Leftovers as usual, running Iron Barbs, but specially bulky. This thing's job is basically to wall the Gastrodon. It can also wall Venusaur as well if it's not running Weather Ball for Sun, which it should. Honestly, it should run it, but if it doesn't, then so be it. Not a huge deal. But we are running Leech Seed Protect, Iron Defense, and Body Press. Iron Defense, Body Press gives me the best way to hit the Gastrodon. Leech Seed Protect actually allows me to comfortably stall it out. I can also set this up on things like Tyranitar or Aggron if they're not packing fire or fighting moves. Both of them do get fire and fighting moves. I do expect them to come. But at the very least, we can use Protect to scout for it, and potentially if Weezing Will-O-Wisps either of them, then Pharaoh kind of walls them both, and I can just Iron Defense and Body Press it in their face. Running Careful Nature, because for some reason I didn't put Sassy on this thing. Don't quite know why I did. I think it's because I wasn't worried about Trick Room. Next up is Weavile, running a pretty unusual set. We're running Choice Scarf this week, but we actually have absolutely no special attack at all. We have got no special attack IVs, and we have excuse me, a negative special attack nature, and the reason why is we're running Surf. Surf is actually very important this week. Ice Shard, Low Kick, Knockoff hits basically everything on this team. Ice Shard is nice for just picking off priority targets. Low Kick is actually really great for things like the Tyranitar and the Aggron. Also does somewhat mediocre damage to Umbreon, but it at least hits if it's super effective. Running Jolly Nature just because I wanted the speed, mostly because the Jolly plus the Choice Scarf at max speed outspeeds Venusaur in Sun by 1 point, which means that I will guarantee to get the Surf off, which procs up very nicely for Choo Choo Motherfucker the Coalossal, which is running enough speed to outspeed Venusaur in Sun after a Surf proccing the Steam Engine, which gives us enough room to do a hell of a lot of damage as a potential max target. Heatwave, Solar Beam, Earth Power, Meteor Beam hits basically everything on this team. If I can get a Max Rockfall off on the Torkoal, that will mitigate Venusaur's damage. Max Quake is also nice, as they should both OHKO a Torkoal unless it's fully split deaf. Heatwave, Solar Beam actually are my best moves of choice here. Max Overgrowth is actually pretty good against the Gastrodon, because Gastro does come in on this relatively freely, but it doesn't really appreciate a Max Overgrowth, because a Max Overgrowth proccing the Rundo Berry into a second Max Overgrowth actually guaranteed KOs Gastrodon, even if it's fully split deaf. So pretty solid set. We are running Martis Max Special Attack, so we are going to hit as hard as possible. Bit of investment into HP, just to guarantee that we live hits and the Surf damage is a little bit less. And that is going to be our team. So, As always, guys, let me know what you would have brought down in the comments below, and I shall take you into the battle right now. See you in a bit. Alright guys, we are connected up with our boy Rotten Tomato. Let's have some fun. He's just said good luck, have fun in the Discord. I actually don't remember what the rules are, but I'm just gonna set it up. It's just double battle normal rules, that's fine, we're good. Alright, cool. So we're okay with the normal rules. So just to give you guys a bit of input, I did actually make one small adjustment from my Teambuilder. I replaced Earthquake from Regigigas with Darkest Lariat. Partly because when I had another inspection of his matchup into me, I don't think either Tyranitar or Aggron really come, so I didn't see a world for Max Quake. He does also have a bunch of Pokemon with potential Levitate, things like the Bronzong, the Salamence as a flying type of course, and a potential Haunter. You can see the 6 I think he's bringing down below. I'm fairly confident this is the 6 he goes for. He might not bring Dedenne, which would be nice for me. But we shall see. We'll let the battle begin. Good luck, have fun, Rotten. And let's see what you have brought for me. We almost got a 6 perfect. He does bring Haunter and not the Dedenne. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. That is a perfectly okay trade for me. So he does bring Haunter and not Dedenne. So originally, my plan would have been to lead Wheezing Regigigas. There's some interesting things here. So I did do a bit of reading into Haunter, because I wasn't quite sure what Haunter would do in this match. But it's fine either way. Just pick 4. Let's see. I kind of want to try out Weavile Coalossal because I've not used it yet. So I think that's what we'll go for. Because there's a chance he could try and potentially skill swap my Weezing, which is kind of what I'm a little scared of. I could bring my Urshifu as it does outspeed everything except Salamence. Or do I just bring Wheezing Regigigas anyway? No, because I'm going to be maxing Coalossal, so I do want to bring Urshifu. And I guess Pharaoh, but like, unless I get rid of Torkoal, Pharaoh's kind of bad. I actually messed up there. I ran out of time. But we'll see what we brought. Alright, ran out of time. It picked my mons. Restart. Yeah, sure. So we're just gonna be right back real quick. We're gonna restart. It's gonna be the same months, either way. So yeah, that's fine. Be right back. Alright guys, we are back. We've fixed the issue that happened because I timed out. We are still gonna be doing the same leads either way. So this lead's not ideal for us. I'm kind of glad I put Darkest Lariat on. So Salamence is gonna outspeed me, potentially max Airstream rather. So I don't really know what he has. He could be Archieberry, I guess, because Ice Punch is very good against this matchup. So I think what I do here is I protect Wheezing in case of Earthquake. And then I kind of want to max Hailstorm. Or do I Darkness? Because he's Levitate, so I can't max Quake. I could also max Strike the Salamence. Ooh, that's a tempting play. Let's go for that. So he is going to be faster than me either way. He does come in a max. Ah, interesting. Is he maxing Salamence? I'm assuming he is. So Salamence is faster because I'm adamant. He is Salamence. Okay, so he's offensive. That's good to know. So I wonder if he skill swaps. That's kind of what I'm thinking he does. He skill swaps the Weezing, so I'm just going to protect either way. We're going to commit our max. So I'm definitely going to change up my lead for the next match. I am going to lead Weavile Coalossal. So that's potentially an adaptation we make. But if I protect here, then he can't skill swap me anyway. But Reggie Thickass is a big boy right now. Silence is going to go first. What does he go for? We go for protect, obviously. So that's not a big deal. And he does go for Airstream, so that's kind of what I expected. He goes into Wheezing, actually. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder why he went Wheezing there. Okay, so he is going to get a speed boost, which does actually mean the Haunt is now faster than my Regigigas. He goes for Willow and burns me. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, so this was the downside to going this lead. Well, we are going to max strike. We are going to lower that speed back down. We did a meaningful chunk of damage there. Okay. So the problem is I now can't protect. Huh. Or I could go for the double protect. So I don't think that's a physical Salamence. So what I can do here is I can taunt the Haunter and go for the Hailstorm on the Salamence, maybe? Yeah, we'll go for that. Because if he's Yachi Berry, I probably still kill. So we're at the same situation we were last time. So he does burn Reggie, so he has Willow. So he's definitely a fast Haunter, because Haunter's base speed's lower than Regigigas's, so yeah, he would have to be fast. He goes for Airstream again. Okay. Doesn't kill my Weezing. Thank God for Special Bulk. Alright. So what does the Haunter do? Psychic, actually. Oh, interesting. He Psychicked my Regigigas. So we'll go for the Hailstorm now. He is Yachi Berry, so that's good to know. So yeah, Weavile Coalossal is going to be amazing in the next match against us. This will probably drop. Oh, we lived. Ah, that's a problem. Okay, so the fact that he lived that is kind of annoying. We are actually going to taunt the Haunter here, which is actually good for us, because if potentially he was skill swap, then he can't skill swap next turn. And we do unfortunately lose Weezing, so that's kind of unfortunate. And he does also now Intimidate. My slow start is now active. Okay, so this is not a good start for us. The time running out actually really sucked. So what have we seen? We've seen Psychic. Can you even touch my Ferrothorn? I don't think you can. But if you have Sun in the back, that could definitely be an issue. Okay, we'll go for a Shifu. I kind of want to see if he is a special variant. I'm gonna bulk up just in case. I mean, he should just knock me out here, to be honest. And we're gonna Darkness into the Haunter. Because he's gonna have to hit me. So we definitely messed up this game. Definitely. So I'm definitely not leading Weezing Regigigas next turn. If he's got Sun in the back, I'm in real trouble. Wormwind. So he's really intent on lowering my attack. And that is not physical. So that's good to know. So he is a special Salamence. Psychic into my Shifu. That's going to do a lot. Actually doesn't kill, but the hell will kill me. Okay. Bit unfortunate. Probably should have Surgeon Strikes there. But that's fine. And we do go for the Darkness. This might knock out the Haunter. No, I did nothing. Well, okay. The attack drops definitely did not help me here. Okay, but the lowest Spadef is going to be nice. Okay, so we definitely screwed up this turn. For sure. So both our maxes are going to end. Unfortunately, I died a hail. So yeah, we definitely did not play it as well. Good prep on Rotten's part. Rhycoustic's definitely giving him some pretty good input here. So, if he has Sun in the back, I'm basically screwed. So, it's going to be on me to adapt to this, and that's what I plan to do. So, definitely adaptation here is lead Weavile Coalossal. Potentially bring, like, Weezing and Urshifu in the back. That feels like a pretty sensible play for me. I think I just protect, because he's gonna kill my Regigigas either way here. And I go for Ice Punch into Salamence. He does actually still stay in, which is interesting. Heat Wave. Ah, okay. So yeah, definitely special. That's good to know. Unfortunately, he does connect the Heat Wave, so we are going to lose this match. So I might just not just do much. He has Icy Wind. Well, thank you for revealing that, because that actually makes this match a lot easier for me. So we know he's a special Salamence. And we know this Haunter has got, like, Icy Wind, Psychic. Assumingly Scale Swap, probably Protect. Something like that. Oh no, we saw Will-O-Wisp. So yeah, we're gonna leave this battle, because this is a bad game for us. Pretty unfortunate. But that's fine. So we know what his lead for Weezing Regigigas is. That's fine. Good game, Rodden. That was a good first game. We didn't get to see what was in the back. I'm assuming it's Sun. So we're gonna play with the same rules, because no reason not to. Alright. So, in this instance, we definitely go Weavile Coalossal and just turn it round. Because that was what I planned to lead in the first place. So, that was my fault for game 1. I didn't pick in time. But now I know what he wants to do. This makes this a lot easier. So, he's not a Violite on that Haunter. So, he's probably sashed. Which means that leading Weavile into Coalossal is great here. Maybe bring Weezing in the back just to take the Sun away. And then I can go Urshifu. Because I don't think he ever brings Gastrodon or Bronzong here. Yeah. Okay, let's try this out. Let's try this out. So I'm pretty comfortable with my plan here. I think he has no reason not to lead the same thing again. I don't think he ever has a reason to lead anything else here. So, let's see if he does. If he brings Gastro in the back, that'll be really interesting. Because the Surf will proc the Storm Drain. I wonder if he's, like, special Gastro. On this team, if he's special Salamence, I wonder if he's physical. Like Curse. I don't know. That's just me using experience from Little Cup. So he does lead the same thing as expected. So we're going to swap it up. So completely different lead this time. So he's not going to... He probably is going to know what's coming here. Because he would have seen this from Rhycoustic's match. So he should know what's coming here. So I am going to Surf and then Dynamax. Do I Rockfall? I kind of like the Rockfall player. Just what do I kill? I mean, it's not really any point to attacking the Haunter here. So I'm gonna Surf and then Max Coalossal. I'm not entirely sure Max Rockfall kills a Dynamax Salamence. I mean, it will proc my policy. I'll be +2. We know he's Yachi Berry, so he's not Chardy Berry for the Rockfall. So he's taking his time over this, so he doesn't quite know what he wants to do about this one. So this is a very different dynamic already. As he does commit his max to Salamence, so... Okay. So he's still going for this strategy. Which is fine. But what he doesn't realize is after the Surf, my Coalossal is going to be faster. And I'm actually faster than a Salamence at +1 speed, so... But we are going to see if this kills. So we're going to commit our max as well. And it'll be interesting to see what he's brought in the back. Be very interesting to see what he's brought in the back. Okay, so we do get our Choo motherfucker maxed. As you can see, we are faster. We're going to break the sash. I actually did a lot more damage to Coalossal than I was hoping, but that's fine. So he's now going to seal it with policy. And this Salamence is probably going to drop. And here comes the Rockfall. This is going to do a chunk. It's just dead. Yeah, that's what I thought. A +2, this thing does so much damage. It's terrifying. And this is why I brought it. So now the question is, what does he do now? Like, what do you have in the back to deal with this? And Haunter goes for Willow on my Weavile. That's fine. Because Weavile isn't the key to winning this match. So, I'm not unhappy about this play. Does he go Torkoal to try and set up Sun? I guess he could do that. But the problem is, Sun doesn't help him here. Because he's slower and he's just going to get bodied. Green Giant, that's Venusaur, right? Yeah, okay. Does he want me to max flare this? Because I could. Oh, is he going for Sleep Powder? Ah, that could be interesting. I wonder if he's going for Sleep Powder. Well, either way, he's committed his max, so unless he's Focus Sash, he dies here. I'm gonna go into my Shifu, I think. Or do I go into Weezing? I'm actually gonna go Weezing. And I can max flare this, right? Yeah. I don't see a reason why I don't do this. Because I'm pretty sure a max flare at +2 should kill this thing. So we are going to switch into Weezing. We'll turn off the abilities. I could actually have Quaked the Haunter there, but I don't want to get Sleep Powdered. He protects the Venusaur. Good play on his part, but that doesn't help him necessarily. So we are going to get a flare off. It's going to do a decent chunk. Oh my god, and that was through Protect. Holy moly. The damage. Psychic into Coalossal. That's fine. I eat that. Alright. So now I protect on Weezing in case of a Psychic. And I just blow up the Venusaur, right? I mean, he could switch in Torkoal. Does a Quake kill at this range? It probably does. So that's what we'll go for. I'll go for Quake on the Venusaur. As we protect. And he doesn't protect. He doesn't go for the double. This should pick up the kill. And it's dead. Okay, good. So we get a Spadef boost now. Which is really nice in case this Torkoal is Earth Power. Which I expect it to be. Goes for Psychic. Into the Weezing this time. That's expected. Okay. And what's your last? Torkoal? Nacho. That sounds like a Torkoal name. Yeah, Torkoal. Okay. So we do end our max though. Which is a bit of a bind. But we are insanely fast. So... I think we double into the Torkoal. Although I could also just blow an Earth Power and do a shed load of damage. That's what I'll do. He could protect, which he doesn't. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, you did not take that, my friend. Alright. So I don't know if he has an answer for this. Psychic into Weezing, probably. Yeah. This won't kill. Does a good chunk, though. We do get a Sludge Bomb off. It's gonna do a little bit of chip. Nothing wrong with that. I have no reason not to protect here. And then just Earth Power and blow him up. Alright, so we get a decent win there. Weezing Coalossal is actually surprisingly good. Weavile Coalossal is really obnoxious. So he's going to have to figure out how to deal with that. So we are 1-1 in this series. So he's probably going to be happy because he didn't get completely destroyed. So yeah, he played well in game 1, but my adaptation in game 2 was really good. So we're going to game 3. I see no reason not to do the same thing as I did last time. I do want to calc Coalossal's damage on Gastrodon, assuming it's like max HP, because I'm assuming that's what it's gonna be. Yeah, whatever. Participating team, bring my team as before. Let's see, max HP Gastro. If I Dynamax, Overgrowth doesn't kill, but it does a significant chunk. But if I double up on him, I think we're fine. So, yeah. Let's rock and roll. Game number 3. Let's see if he does what I think he's gonna do. So, we're gonna lead the same again. If he leads Gastro, am I bothered by that? No, because I can just bring Ferrothorn in the back. So that's what we'll do. We'll bring this. I really like a Shifu though. No, I think we're fine with this. Because I can blow back the Bronzong unless it's like... Wait, I wonder if I blow back a Heatproof Bronzong. Let's see. Let's say you're bulky-ish. Sure. And let's say you're heatproof. I really don't do that much to him. Although if he's heatproof, Max Quake 2 KOs him. So, Ding Dong and Gary, that's Bronzong and Gastro. Okay. Good lead. Is he gonna... Oh, is he gonna try and Trick Room? Ha! This could be interesting. Alright. So the thing is, both of these are kind of walled by Ferrothorn. And I have Ferro in the bag. Is Coalossal faster than Gastro? I don't think so, right? I know I'm not faster than Bronzong. Well, actually, I am faster than Bronzong. But am I faster than Gastro? Probably. Okay, so I can actually knock off the Bronzong and then Max Flare here. So I think that's what I go for. Because he's going to expect me to do the same thing I did last time. Is we commit on Max again? I have to say, like, the improvement that Rotten's made over the break is really, really good. Fair play to you, dude. I know you and Raikusik have probably put a lot of time into this team, and I can definitely see that. But we're going to see if this works. So he maxes. Is this Gastro? I'm assuming this is Gastro. Oh, what if he max Quakes me? Oh, I could be in trouble here, actually. Huh, this could have been a misplay. Although I do have Pharaoh in the back, so I don't think it's the worst. I see Max Guard, so that actually is perfect for me. I am A-okay with this turn. Because we're going to knock off the Bronzong. Oh my god! Oh, I crit him. Sorry, Ron, that kind of sucks. I did not expect that to do that much. What the heck? You were Sugarberry too, so I'm glad I went for Flare. Alright. So the problem is I can't really self-activate my own steam engine, which is a bit of a downside to this play. Nacho, that's the Torkoal. Okay. So I could see what item this Gastro is holding, but do I want to sack off my Weavile? Not entirely. But I do want to see what item this Torkoal's holding as well. Because he's max guarded now. I can Overgrowth or I can Quake. I think I have to double the Torkoal to have any chance of surviving this turn. So that's what I'm going for. So we are going to knock off his item. That's a physically bulky Torkoal. That's charcoal. Okay. So we get the max Quake off. And that is a dead Torkoal. So that's a great turn for us. Okay. That is a really, really good turn for us. Alright. As he does Quake himself. Okay. So he's going into the Coalossal. This might kill me. Ooh, not quite. So we get an Overgrowth off here, which is good. Well, the one thing he does do is proc my policy, which does change things a little bit. I guess he has Venu in the back as his last. Yeah, Venusaur. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's Salamence. Wait a second. Okay. So we know this thing's Yachi Berry, and I'm faster than the Salamence. I guess I knock off Gary. I wonder if he max guards again. So I have Pharaoh in the back, and I have Weezing, which does not do that well against this. Maybe I should keep Weavile back. Okay. What's to stop him going for Heat Wave, though? I don't think he has anything that stops me going for Heat Wave. This is a problem, because he can just kill my Coalossal here. Okay, so if I switch into Weezing then, and I go for the Overgrowth into Gary, I think that's probably my play. He didn't protect, by the looks of it. Because I need Weavile to Ice Shard kill the Salamence, basically. That's what I need. So he actually protects the Salamence, so we actually got a good read here. Because we're going to Overgrowth this Gastro. We're going to see how bulky it is. That is not bulky at all. Okay. So that is a great turn for us. So I think we just outplayed him like hardcore there. I'm surprised he wasn't Rindo Berry. I'm surprised he was not Rindo Berry there, because that Overgrowth does so much damage if you're not Rindo. Okay, so now he's 2v1. The problem is, this Salamence is an issue. Although, Weavile in the back should be able to beat it. I'm just gonna hit a Sludge Bomb into it. And then go for a Heat Wave of my own. Just in case he doesn't try to kill me. Draco Meteor into Coalossal. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna get some meaningful damage off. So the thing is, because he's Yachi Berry, this makes things interesting, but now he's lowered his special attack. I wonder. No poison, which is a bit of a bind. Can Protect Knockoff kill him? I'm not sure. I can definitely put him in a bad position. So I think that's what we do here. So I'm gonna bring Ferrothorn out. Yes, I could bring Weavile in here, but I don't know if Ice Shard will kill. So that's the reason I'm not doing that. He has no reason not to click Heat Wave here. I could just double protect. But, I gotta protect Pharaoh, I'll scout for the Heat Wave, and I'll just keep Sludge Bombing. Yeah, he does go for the Heat Wave. How much does this do? It is in Sun, so this will probably hurt. But he is -2. Oh, it did nothing. Okay, that's good. I can just keep Sludge Bombing then. We don't get the poison, which is a little unfortunate, but that's fine. So, at this point, I just fire off another Sludge Bomb. And I guess I Leech Seed just in case he misses the Heat Wave. She doesn't. He does connect on both. So... Okay, we are good. The specially bulky Ferrothorn coming in clutch. Alright. And Sludge Bomb actually just KO'd. Nice. So, GG's to Rotten. That was a really, really fun series. Fair play to you, dude. Definitely like that. You improved a lot. Admittedly, game 1 was my fault. I screwed that up with the timer. I didn't actually intend to lead Wheezing Regigigas at all. But I do think you prepped pretty well. I think your team looked pretty nice. It didn't help that I kind of guessed your 6 for the most part. So that's interesting. But either way, good luck for the rest of the league, dude. As for us, we've got a really tough match next week as we are playing up against Saiyanbush Senior, who is currently number 1 in the league. That guy's a monster, so we've got to work it out. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Ribombees Teacher. I'm your coach of the Royal Bournemouth Ribombees. Stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.